When a prehistoric caveman wields a modern steel sword, just how unstoppable does he become? With the power of the iron sword, he could take on 10,000 enemies even if they were warriors riding giant bears. Just moments ago, Nick had led his group in an attempt to flee the chaotic battleground. But as luck would have it, they ran straight into a band of Viking hunters returning from their expedition. An overwhelming sense of dread crashed over them like a tidal wave. Nick drew his steel sword, steeling himself for a desperate fight. Yet, the enslaved people behind him trembled in fear at the sight of the Vikings. Before the battle even began, they dropped to their knees in surrender, even Mia. Witnessing this, Nick's fury ignited. At the same time, the Viking chieftain caught sight of the longsword in Nick's hand. Instantly, he knew some of his own must have fallen to this man. Consumed by rage, the chieftain roared in order, his bear cavalry charged forward. But then, something unexpected happened. The giant bears grew restless, their agitation betraying deep-seated fear. With a deafening roar, Nick's T-Rex burst onto the scene. The sheer presence of man and dinosaur froze the enemy in their tracks. Unfortunately, the intimidation lasted all of 3 seconds before the T-Rex's massive foot crashed through the roof. Seizing the chaos, a Viking warrior lunged at Nick in a sneak attack only for the T-Rex to intercept, its jaws snapping shut around the enemy's skull, ending him instantly. Surrounded, Nick sprinted forward, building momentum before leaping into the air. With a single swing, he split an enemy's head clean in half. Without missing a beat, he rammed into another foe, knocking him down before finishing him off with a brutal flurry of slashes. The sheer brutality left the enslaved bystanders petrified. Mia seized the moment, urging them to flee. Despite the overwhelming odds, Nick fought like a man possessed. Yet even his ferocity couldn't stop a charging bear from pinning him beneath its massive weight until, in a flash, the steel sword erupted through the beast's skull. Meanwhile, the T-Rex found itself swarmed. A Viking warrior managed to leap onto its back, axe raised for a killing blow only for the dinosaur to snatch him mid-swing and hurl him into the distance. The clamor of battle soon roused the remaining Vikings inside. Discovering their slaves had escaped, they scrambled up the watchtower and sounded the alarm. The deafening toll of the bell reached the ears of the Viking chieftainess. Storming outside, she took in the blood-soaked carnage and her wrath erupted. The T-Rex, now caught in a trap, stumbled as the Vikings closed in, hacking mercilessly at the fallen beast. Nick, drenched in blood and exhaustion, faced yet another tightening circle of enemies. Could they possibly escape this alive?